Have you ever in any circumstance asked yourself who you are? Right away, I can tell you that. I can tell you the answer, the absolute correct answer. You are a person. An unique person with unique personality who lives in this world has your own unique beliefs. Koyczan, a famous Canadian poet, has written a spoken word that teaches all of us how to be the person. In the first paragraph, Koyczan subtly explains why he is writing this poem and potentially tells the audience who he is. He says that as a person, your voice matters. You should find your voice and be heard by this world. He refers to the person's voice as an art. He is potentially saying that the way that we want to express ourselves can be very creative and unique. And his way of letting himself to be heard is obviously writing poems. In his second suggestion of how to be the person, he continues with the idea of art. Art in this poem is a big symbol of freedom. It is your freedom to be heard, and it is also your freedom to decide what you want to do and who you want to be. Koyczan says that don't let the world drive you from being an artist. Respected artists don't follow the crowd. They always have and share their own special opinions about the world. They have the courage to create new things and think in new ways. Koyczan describes a problem that every one of us has faced, or more likely is facing. It is that in this world, the society and people around us are always influencing us as we are deciding our path. However, if you believe you have the personal traits as an artist has, you will find your value in this world. And again, Koyczan finds his value as being a poet and creating his artwork. Then, he explains the importance of being sorry and apologizing. He says,
"Atonement is a sacrifice of pride. Explanation of why you did what you did or said what you said will not vindicate you."
Recognizing your fault and then apologize is going to bring you peace. After apologizing, here Koyczan points out the importance of forgiving. Understand that we are all human beings. We all make mistakes. We all have at least inadvertently hurt someone in some ways, in some certain situations and time periods. He suggests us to step in other people's shoes and realize their desire of being forgiven by us when it comes to the point where it seems forgiveness is not possible. After discussing the previous 4 serious points, Koyczan makes a funny comment but dead on the target and makes people self-doubt themselves. He basically says that farting is not a problem when it comes to all other social issues such as political corruption, racism, classism, or sexism.
If a fart offends you more than any of that, then you are not a person and cannot be helped. Join a cult. Have some Kool-Aid.
In his next argument of how to be the person, Koyczan talks about love. He uses metaphors to describe love. He compares love with a volunteer who doesn't need to be rewarded because love is selfless. He also compares love to the currency that the more you give away, the more you will finally get back. Furthermore, Koyczan points out the fact that more and more people in today's society try to fit in by pretending to be enjoying and happy. The fact is that they are not being truthful to themselves as well as to the others. 8. Koyczan talks about hate. He suggests that don't care too much about other people's hate. It is not your problem when being hated due to other people's misunderstanding or jealousy. As what a famous Italian poet, Dante Alighieri says, "Go your own path and let people talk." It is the same idea here. 9. Koyczan suggests the audience to make practical dreams that they have enough motivation to make them happen, instead of purely imagining a great dream, but without making actual actions to achieve it. Finally, Koyczan makes his last statement as being thankful all the time in your life. He uses the word savagely to exaggerate how much a person should be thankful for. He also compares your freedom as a star that quote-unquote shines brightest in the dark. Moreover, he directly compares your choice as an antique that will always stay with you. He believes that it is important to know what you choose to stand for. Your choices may take root in your convictions and stand. In this poem, the most two important themes are self and freedom. Be true to yourself, be fearless to yourself, and be free to listen to yourself. Shane Koyczan is a person with freedom. And refer back to his first paragraph of the entire spoken word. He successfully makes his poem and his life an art.